Welcome back. Over 1 million visitors flocked to Shanghai during the May Day holiday for one of the world's biggest auto shows. And for more on this year's Auto Shanghai show, I'm joined by Lauren Fix. She's an automotive expert and editor-in-chief of Car Coach Reports. Welcome back, Lauren. Great having you. And what are your biggest takeaways from this year's Shanghai Auto Show?
Well, thank you, Diego. Yeah, first off, we had over 70 car makers from 26 different countries. But interestingly, there were a few brands that typically represent or set up booths at the Shanghai Auto Show that are not there this year. And one of them is Tesla. I think they've lost quite a bit of market share in the Chinese market. And they haven't brought any new product out. Pretty much they're always the same. There's been some refaces on a couple of the brands here, but it's certainly not enough to entice viewers and people that go there to see it, because they're looking for an entertainment experience. They're looking for a different lifestyle experience. And a lot of the different manufacturers brought that out, like NIO or Zeekr. They brought some really unique product. Also missing for the first time this year is Hyundai, which is interesting. They lost about 1.6% of their market share in China. But what they did instead is offered a dealer briefing beforehand to showcase some of their new product coming out because of the cost and the expense of setting up at the Shanghai Auto Show. They have the new Ioniq 9 coming out, which is an all-electric 3-row SUV, as well as other product. In addition, missing brands are more of the luxury brands that are typically above about $130,000 US dollars, and that would be like Lamborghini, Maserati, Land Rover, and Jaguar. And those are because those brands are a little more expensive, and they've had a drop in the ultra luxury market of about 53% in China. So I guess consumers are starting to look at more budget-friendly cars.
And Lauren, have recent tariffs reshaped how automakers approach major exhibitions like these?
Oh, absolutely. For example, Canada has a 100% tariff on Chinese cars. So that's going to be an issue. U.S. also has a tariff, and now Europe also has a tariff, which they put in place last year. So obviously these car manufacturers are attempting to sell in every country they can. More product sold obviously is good for the country of China. But I think what they're realizing is that they're going to have to come up with either make an agreement on these tariffs, or they're going to have to sell into other marketplaces.
And Lauren, you know, how would you characterize this shift that you're describing in choosing Shanghai as a showcase venue? Do you see it long term? Do you see it as just a blip?
I think, well, as far as the Shanghai Motor Show, it's probably one of the largest in the world. It used to be, Geneva, which is no longer there, or New York or LA, which they still exist, but are substantially smaller and also missing quite a few brands, especially the European brands. I think what happened is during COVID, a lot of consumers didn't go to shows, but now they're no longer being used for media, which is what I'm part of, where we would go to the shows, showcase a lot of the new product. Instead, what we're seeing is a lot of consumers coming in, and this is really good for consumers to have a chance to literally sit in every brand, test drive brands later by getting business cards. And without seeing that, bringing your family and friends, it's really hard to decipher which vehicle is right for you, especially in China, where there's over 120 different brands, plus you're bringing in 26 other countries' brands. It certainly opens up a lot of options for consumers to decide what's right for them.
So, Lauren, this is changing a little bit the character of the event, right? I'd like to put this into context, especially in terms of the Chinese car manufacturers.
As far as the Chinese car manufacturers, there's some really big brands there, such as BYD, which just won World Car of the Year. And also their president also won Person of the Year. So the World Car of the Year Awards has made a big impact in China that helps consumers make choices when over 100 journalists from around the world decide that BYD is one of the best brands. It's very important to the brand because it equals sales. So I think from the Chinese marketplace, we're going to see some shrinkage, because there is a heavy-duty price competition going on right now, trying to get customers to buy the Chinese brands versus brands from other countries. And I think you're starting to see that in America as well as in Germany as well. But when that happens, especially in China with so many different brands, they either have to lower the price or offer more than their competitors, which could be good for customers.
And Lauren, in terms of innovation, do trade tensions affect how companies present them at events like these?
In some ways, yes. The trade tariffs are something that will get resolved. I know that it sounds terrible right now, but I think there will be a resolution that's good for all countries. But part of it is getting people to the negotiating table to work that out. But as far as what the Chinese manufacturers are offering, they offer quite a bit, from ultra luxury to super performance cars that do compete with what's out there. In addition to that, some of the vehicles and some of the features that they offer in China, we don't get anywhere else in the world. Some of the cars dance, such as Neo had a vehicle that danced. There were some cars that had some really unique presentations. But some of the features, like I said, and benefits that are offered on the Chinese vehicles, you cannot get on any other brand.
And looking ahead, how do you think current trade dynamics will reshape global auto shows?
That's a good question, Diego. I think one of the big things, there's going to be a lot of changes in auto shows, but for consumers, I think they're always the best place to look at all the options, see all the different brands, see what fits, bring your family, sit in those vehicles. That's true on a global basis. People like the auto shows. It's a place to go. It's something to do. It answers the question of which car next do I want to purchase, whether it be new or used. For the media, which, like I said, we used to go to every single show from around the world, much less of that is available these days. And part of that is because it's so expensive to bring the media. We are fully hosted, and so that makes it a little bit more expensive to bring us out. So we get to do separate events instead.
Lauren Fix, thank you very much. Great having you.
Thank you.
So much more ahead on Global Business. We examine the role and the true value of trademarks in our special segment, By Design. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, right here on CGTN.
If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this, and check out our car review channel, Car Smarts. You can support me by buying me a cup of coffee, and if you want even more content, check out the links in the description. I'm Lauren Fix. Thank you so much for watching.